सर ये एक लाइन बता के थोड़ा।
हाँ जी, कौन बोल रहा है? कौन बोला?
नथिंग सर, नथिंग, नथिंग सर, नथिंग।
बोलो बोलो, बताओ मेरे
नहीं
को।
सर, अब सर ये कांस्टेंट डीबीटी लाइंस पढ़ा दीजिए, मतलब सर उसके बाद चले जाएंगे अगर।
कौन? अरे नहीं, ये भी तो मेरे को बहुत पढ़ाना है। ये तो मेरे को सारी लाइंस खत्म करनी है आज। आइए बताता हूँ क्या क्या बचा हुआ है। कांस्टेंट डीबीटी लाइन, कांस्टेंट स्पेसिफिक ह्यूमिडिटी लाइंस, कांस्टेंट एंथैल्पी लाइंस, कांस्टेंट रिलेटिव ह्यूमिडिटी लाइंस, कांस्टेंट स्पेसिफिक वॉल्यूम लाइंस। ठीक है। उसके बाद कांस्टेंट ड्यू टेम्परेचर लाइंस। अभी लगेगा 1 1.5 घंटा।
1 1.5 घंटा सर?
स्पर्श आ गया बाहर निकल के। चलो मैं देखता हूँ, बीच में बता देना स्पर्श को भूख लगेगी तो। स्पर्श इज रेफरेंस पॉइंट, अर्चित इज नॉट।
ओके सर।
दिस इज विजिबल।
यस सर।
स्क्रीन
यस
इज
सर।
विजिबल, ओके। कर लो यार इसको कवर, पता है कि मेरे को भी टाइम और भी तो काम रहते हैं ना। क्लास
यस
में तो
सर।
तुम आए नहीं कभी, पूरे टाइम पूरे लड़के।
यस सर।
इसमें ठीक है, इतने तो जुड़ रहे हैं एटलीस्ट। मैं सोच रहा था जुड़ेंगे 70 72 तक, 60 65, लेकिन उतने तो छोड़। Okay. So this is the x-axis, and on the x-axis we have this dry bulb temperature, and this is the small t. Okay. On the y-axis we have the PV, or we can say this is the specific humidity. The first one is the constant dry bulb temperature lines. Okay. So what it signifies is, this is, suppose this is the your psychrometric chart, and this is the constant dBT. है ना? Constant dBT means, or this is 5 degree, this is the 10 degree. This is increasing in this side. Okay, like that. So suppose this is your dry bulb temperature lines. So these are vertical lines, and these represent the constant dry bulb temperature. Okay, are you getting it?
यस सर।
Okay, so if this is changing the temperature, means on the constant temperature, what we can feel it, there is a change in the specific humidity. Suppose this is the constant temperature, and if we are like moving on the y-axis, so you can say at the constant dry bulb temperature, there is a change in the specific humidity. Similarly, we can say on the different temperature, this is the different temperature, this is different. Okay, so we are increasing in this side. Okay, this is covered. Next is constant, this is specific humidity lines. What is those specific humidity lines? What kind of lines would be these? Tell me.
हॉरिजॉन्टल।
These would be the horizontal lines. Okay, so this is your, like, this is your specific humidity. Let's say this is a 0.01, this is 0.02, like that. This is 0.03, like that. We are increasing in this specific humidity. Suppose these are the horizontal lines. Okay, this is like that. So if you see on the psychrometric chart, you can see the psychrometric chart. You can even see on the, like, on the net, but this is also available in hard copy of your, in your library or somewhere you can see it. Okay, so the horizontal line basically signifies the constant specific humidity. If the specific humidity is constant, okay, specific humidity is constant, so this is a variable in the dry bulb temperature. You can say if it is varying on the x-axis, so there is a variation in the dry bulb temperature. Okay, is it clear?
यस सर।
Okay. next is next is constant enthalpy line. Constant enthalpy lines. Constant enthalpy line. So what is the formula of enthalpy? I have told you H equals to, H is the, what is H? What is H?
स्पेसिफिक एंथैल्पी।
This is wrong.
सॉरी सर, एच ए प्लस एच बी, ओमेगा एच बी।
But what it signifies, what it represent?
Enthalpy per kg dry air, sir.
Yes, this is the total enthalpy of the moist air per kg of the dry air. Okay, so this is your, you can say this is your HA, and HA is CPA T or DBT, tribal temperature, plus this is your 2500 plus this is your CPV, and this is again tribal temperature. Okay, is it
Yes,
clear? So for CPA, what you generally say is for the dry air, what you take the CP, constant pressure, specific like heat. This is your 1.005 into T plus 2500 plus what is the specific heat at the at constant pressure for the vapor zone. So this is your this is known as 1.88 into dBT. In the specific, you can see if it is given, then you can consider it, and if it is not given, you can take this value 1.88 for this CPV, and for CPA you can take this 1.005. Okay, it's clear. This is the H. Is it clear?
yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
now let's say H equals to, let's we assume, telling you a technique for this. Let's say H equals to 50, or any take, you can take any, let's 60 or 70, whatever you want to consider. Okay, it's clear. So you have taken, let's say 60 you have taken. It's clear. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Are you getting
Yes,
me?
sir.
Point. And there is a one more term. This is the HV, and this is omega is there. Omega is also there, no? Omega. This is omega. No? Omega we have left. Are you getting my point?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
So this is the H. Let's say you have assumed the enthalpy, total enthalpy of the moist air is 60 kilojoule per kg of dry air. Okay, let's take it. Okay, now you have put 60 here. 60 equals to, and 1.005 T plus 2500 plus 1.88, and T again T, and this is your omega. So now let's put the value T equals to 5 degree. You can calculate omega, there is sum of the omega. Then what you will do is you will put T equals to 10, then you calculate omega, this is omega 1, let's say, and this is omega 2. You can put T equals to 15. What is T? T here the dBT, dry bulb temperature. Okay, and next we have the omega 3. Okay, this is omega. You can calculate omega 1, omega 2, omega 3. Now, is it clear?
yes, sir.
So let's say this is the your psychrometric chart. At the x-axis we have the dry bulb temperature, and on the y-axis we have the, what we have? We have omega. We have omega, and this is the this is your saturation curve. Let's say your, this is your 5, T equals to 5. Let's say we have taken T equals to 5. So this is the T, and corresponding this may be the omega. This may be the omega. This is your 5. Then you have the like 10, dBT is 10 you have taken, and corresponding omega may be here. Then you have taken this 15, T equals to 15, and omega may be here. That may be here. Is it clear? So what you have to do is you have to match these points. You have to match these points. What this line represents? It represents H equals to 60.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now similarly you can calculate for the another 60, 70, 80. So these lines basically show the constant enthalpy line, and here we can find a scale. You can find a scale here on the psychrometric chart. This psychrometric chart, this is the scale for the enthalpy. Scale of enthalpy. Enthalpy. And here we just wrote 60, 70, 80, 90, 20, 100, whatever it is. Okay. And you can measure, this is the, is there. What happened? See, 5 people have already left. I don't know what they. Okay. So this is the scale of enthalpy, and you can check that whatever the enthalpy is there, and that correspondingly dry bulb temperature you can calculate. Is it clear to everyone? This is your constant enthalpy lines. Okay, and correspondingly you can say this is the omega 3, this is your omega 2, this is your omega 3, omega 1. Okay, so this is your and this is for the omega 3, sorry, dpt3 with db1, like that. This is clear? You can check this.
Yes, sir.
Okay, next is your next is constant constant relative humidity lines. Constant relative humidity lines. Okay, so now let's say this is your TS curve. This is your TS curve. Okay, and again I think we have also drawn this previously as well. So this is your let's say this is your PV. This is the state 1. Okay, at the same temperature, let's we take this, and this is the PVS. This is the PVS. Okay, so what is there? The phi equals to PV over PVS. Okay, is clear?
Yes, sir.
So if we see PV is less than PVS, okay, so similar to that, we can have number of this, like this may be your this, let's say this is P1, this is PV2, this is your PV3. Okay, similar to that we can say this is your like that, this is your like that. Okay, so here is the P1, PV1, this is PV2, this is your PV3. Okay, and lastly what we have is this is your PVS. And what is PVS? PVS is the saturation, like saturation vapor pressure of the like vapor part in the total moist air. Okay, and for this condition, what is the relative humidity for this case? What is the relative humidity? Phi equals to
Unity.
100% or unity. So if we draw this like psychrometric chart, if we draw the psychrometric chart, this is your psychrometric chart, and here we have the PV. Either we can have PV or either we can have the omega. Okay, whatever the requirement is. And here we have the dry bulb temperature. And let's say this is the your curve, and this curve show the phi equals to 100%. And this 5 is when this PV equals to PVS. Okay, but if there's a like PVS is greater than PV3, it is greater than PV2, it is greater than PV1. Okay, and for the same state of the air, this PVS is constant. Okay, so if we take this phi 1, this is your phi 2, this is your phi 3, and this is your phi s. So 5s is always, this is your 100%. There is a 5-3, that is maybe your 80%, that may be your 60%, that may be your 40%. So the trend of the this relative humidity line would be same, but it will be beyond this or below this. So this will be below this, like that. So this is like that. So this is P corresponding to 100% relative humidity. This may be your 80%. This may be your 60%. This may be your 40%. Because this is corresponding to PV1. This is corresponding to PV2. This is corresponding to PV3. Okay, and this is corresponding to PVS. Getting my point?
Yes, sir.
So on the psychrometric chart, if you see these lines, that is on the similar pattern to the saturation curve, these show the constant relative humidity lines. This is constant relative humidity lines. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, is there any questions till now? Any question you have? Is there any question? If you don't have any questions, then you may leave. You can continue this tomorrow, because you may lose the interest, because next we have to discuss it little bit deep.
Okay, sir.
सर जो स्मॉल एच था
Yes.
वो एंथैल्पी ऑफ मॉइस्ट एयर पर केजी ऑफ ड्राई एयर है ना, इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग.
Yes, this small h without having any subscript. This is the total enthalpy of the moist air per kg of the dry air.
यस सर.
Is it okay?
यस सर. यस सर.
So means we need not to confuse with this. Basically, what we are doing is we are like making it a arrangement. You need not to means go let how we are basically represented. This is not specific humidity. This is the total enthalpy of the like air, moist air, with respect to the per kg of the dry air, and that is not the specific enthalpy of the total or air. We cannot say that.
यस सर.
It's clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Again, 4 people have left. Only 31 left. No problem. So you can continue tomorrow. You can be there.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Or you
sir.
have any written
Yes,
or
sir. Yes,
something?
sir.
No, sir. No, nothing.
Okay. And what about this last written test, voltage Manas? Have you cleared it?
सो वोल्टास में 8 बच्चों क्लियर हुआ है अभी.
किसका?
सर ये है एक सेकंड से बता रहा हूं.
तुम्हारा हुआ नहीं हुआ?
तो मैंने भरा ही नहीं था.
क्यों?
तो पैकेज का
कितना दे रहे हो?
तो 5.
तुम्हारा वो क्या है कंस्ट्रेंट?
सब मेरा कंस्ट्रेंट नहीं था. मतलब मेरे को ऑटोमोबाइल में जाना है, तो अभी हीरो हमारे लिए खुल गई है, ओपन हो गई है, तो उसमें
अच्छा, किस का हुआ है वोल्टास में?
सर इसमें लक्की का है, आकांक्षा, अंकिता, नमन, नमो, शिवेश, अजीत और प्रतिका.
इसका तो हो गया था शायद नमो का कहीं पे.
सर वो उसका रिजल्ट फंसा हुआ है सब जगह, मतलब कुछ क्लियर नहीं आया. तो फिर
किस में था वो?
सर सैमसंग में भी फंसा था, डीसीएम भरूच में ही फंसा था, और अभी एलएनटी में भी फंस रखा है.
अच्छा,
हाँ सर,
इसने तो मिठाई मिठाई भी खिला दी शायद.
पता
नमो, are you there?
नो सर. सर अरिजीत ने खिलाई होगी. अरिजीत अभी एलएनटी का था.
अच्छा अच्छा, मुझे लगा तुम भी लेके आए थे. ठीक है, चलो कोई बात. अच्छी कंपनी है वोल्टास. तो ये इसी की है क्या नाम, रेफ्रिजरेशन वाली?
पता नहीं सर. Yes, sir.
तो फिर तो सही टाइम पढ़ा रहा हूँ मैं आपको फिर ये।
यस
यस
सर।
सर।
कब है इसका इंटरव्यू?
मंडे को सर।
तब तक कवर हो जाएगा मतलब है।
यस सर।
तो एटलीस्ट उनको तो आना ही चाहिए जिन लोगों का रिटर्न हो रहा है।
यस सर।
उत्कर्ष ने भगा दिया होगा। उत्कर्ष का नहीं हुआ क्या अभी?
उत्कर्ष
सर
सर,
उसका
उत्कर्ष
डाबर
हो
में
गई
हो
सर।
अच्छा उत्कर्ष कौशिक, यस।
हाँ
डाबर।
सर, उसका तो हो गया।
सही है सर। चलो ठीक है फिर, ओके।
ठीक है
थैंक यू सर।
थैंक यू
थैंक
सर।
यू सर।
थैंक यू सर। थैंक यू सर।
धन्यवाद।
थैंक यू सर।
थैंक यू सर।
ओके।